Hello and welcome to round 4 of the SRL F1 2018 Championship. This is the recap video for round 4 of the season in Bahrain. And starting off with the qualifying results, we saw Francis McGinn putting it on pole position with a 1 minute 26.541, a very impressive lap time considering he was on the soft middle compound tire. Behind him, it was his teammate Luke Smith backing him up. He was the replacement for the absent Vasilios Belichotis. And completing the top 3 was Jesper Lampion doing a good job in the Williams, just 1/10 behind Francis McGinn. In front of Sandro Doulis, Cameron Weston-Edwards, Lewis Marshall, René van der Stap, Niek van Gelder, Sam van Elven, Ivan Brito, Jorge Carrera, Irfan Daniel, Samuel Brandt, Dion Staal, Colin Hitchens and Jan Holm completing the top 16. So the race got underway for 29 laps here at the Bahrain circuit. It was a Force India 1-2 front lockout with Francis McGinn and the replacement for Vasilios Belichotis in second place. A frantic start then with both the Force Indias maintaining their first and second position, and straight away they were pulling away at the early phase of the race. Both of them actually on split strategies. Francis McGinn opting for the one stop, starting on soft tires and going to the mediums to go to the end of the race, while Luke Smith was actually starting on the super soft tires going to 2 sets of soft tires. So it was an old slipstream battle between the two Force India teammates out in front as they were pulling away from the rest of the field. We also saw Lewis Marshall backing them up in third place. He was also on the one stop going from softs to mediums, while Francis McGinn took over the lead of the race from Luke Smith. Disaster struck for Francis McGinn as he was just trying to push a little bit too hard, breaking his front wing and having to come into the pits to repair his front wing, and also having to change to the two-stop just like his teammate Luke Smith. That then left Lewis Marshall out in front after Luke Smith came in for a second pit stop, and behind him it was an old battle between Sandro Doulis, Niek van Gelder and Francis McGinn after he recovered from his mistake early on in the race. It was eventually Francis McGinn who came out on top on that particular battle as he was on much fresher and softer tires, and that left Sandro Doulis and Niek van Gelder fighting it out for 4th place in the race as they were going side by side through the S's, turn 5 and 6. Eventually it would be Sandro Doulis who came out on top on that particular battle as he made a move in the turn 9 hairpin on the final lap, putting up the inside of the Red Bull and clinching 4th place in the race, which was his best result of the season so far. The move from Sandro Doulis on Niek van Gelder in the turn 9 hairpin corner actually left Niek van Gelder fell into the clutches of Cameron Weston-Edwards, who was catching up and capitalizing on the fight in front of him. Cameron Weston-Edwards did make a move into the turn 12 corner on the Dutchman Niek van Gelder, but running it out just a little bit wide, which meant that Niek van Gelder had to run coming onto the back straight leading onto the final corner. It was eventually Niek van Gelder who came out on top to take 5th place after he put this move up the inside of Cameron Weston-Edwards into the final corner. Weston-Edwards tried to get back on the run up to the line, but it was van Gelder to take 5th place and actually lose the championship lead to Lewis Marshall, with Cameron Weston-Edwards taking 6th place. So there's your podium. It was Lewis Marshall taking his 2nd victory of the season after he also managed to win in Austria and reclaiming the lead in the championship, with the two Force Indias completing the podium. Luke Smith doing a really good job in 2nd place, and Francis McGinn recovering after his mistake and having to make an extra pit stop to 3rd position. So here we can see the final results then. It was Lewis Marshall from Luke Smith, Francis McGinn, Sandro Doulis, Niek van Gelder, Cameron Weston-Edwards, René van der Stap, Jesper Lampion, Sam van Elven and Dion Staal completing the top 10 points scoring positions. And looking at the Drivers' Championship then, it's Lewis Marshall who retakes the lead of the championship, like I said before, with 68 points now, with Niek van Gelder 7 points behind in 2nd place and Francis McGinn in 3rd place on 55 points. In the Constructors' Championship then, it's Force India still leading the way from Haas F1, followed up by Red Bull Racing, Ferrari, Renault, Williams, Mercedes, Sauber, Toro Rosso and McLaren. So next time out we will be at Abu Dhabi for the 5th round of the championship on the 29th of December, 3 PM UK time. So make sure to tune in next week on the 29th of December. It's actually 2 weeks after the Bahrain Grand Prix, but 1 week after this video gets out. So make sure to be there on the 29th of December on 3 PM UK time for the 5th round of the season. I'll see you then.